The isometric view is currently housing some of the undisputed masterpieces of this generation. We're talking Game of the Year winners, narratives deeper than any blockbuster, and the most addictive gameplay loops on the console. These aren't just good games. They are essential PlayStation experiences that'll easily consume your next 300 hours. And as for my number one pick, it's arguably the most addictive game I've played all year. Stick around for that, and if you love deep dives into the best of gaming, hit subscribe. Let's get into number 10. If you want to understand the DNA of the modern tactical RPG, you have to play the game that started it all. Tactics Ogre Reborn isn't just a remaster, it's a masterclass in game design. Unlike your typical hero saves the world story, this is a gritty, mature political thriller where there are no easy answers. Your choices actually carry weight, splitting the narrative into law, chaos, or neutral paths that completely change who lives, who dies, and how the world perceives you. On the PS5, the Reborn edition shines with fully voiced cutscenes, a re-recorded orchestral score, and a massively overhauled AI that will punish your mistakes. But it also respects your time. The new Chariot Tarot system lets you rewind turns, and the streamlined Union level means you'll spend more time strategizing and less time grinding. It's deep, it's punishing, and it's arguably the most rewarding strategy experience on the console. A true crown jewel for any PlayStation library. Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous isn't just a CRPG. It's a dual-layered simulation of war. You aren't just a soldier. You are the commander of the Fifth Crusade, managing armies on a global scale while fighting in the trenches. The depth here is uncompromising. Built on the first edition Pathfinder rule set, it offers a level of mechanical granularity that puts other RPGs to shame. 25 classes, thousands of feats, and zero hand-holding. But the true core is the mythic transcendence. You don't just grow stronger. You rewrite your biological and spiritual DNA. You decide if the world is saved by a celestial host or consumed by a sentient swarm of locusts. This is a 100-hour descent into a war of gods and monsters, where the most dangerous thing isn't the demons. It's the weight of your own judgment.
Who will follow you? Saints or sinners? Mortals or...
Forget the vibrant colors of the past. Sanctuary has returned to the darkness, and this time, it's personal. Diablo IV is a grim, gothic homecoming. The first thing you'll feel is the weight. Every swing, every spell, and every explosion has a visceral impact that sets the gold standard for action RPGs. It's tactile, brutal, and relentlessly smooth. But the real hook is the cycle. The dopamine hit of that perfect legendary drop, followed by the tactical depth of the Paragon system. You aren't just clicking monsters, you're architecting a god of destruction. The world is now seamless. From the chaos of Helltides to the shared struggle against massive world bosses, Sanctuary feels alive, dangerous, and constantly evolving through its seasonal shifts. It's a masterclass in atmosphere and one more dungeon gameplay. In the eternal conflict between heaven and hell, your path is paved in blood and loot. Welcome home. At first glance, it looks like a vibrant love letter to classic 8-bit adventures. A charming fox, a wooden stick, and a colorful world waiting to be explored. But don't let the aesthetic fool you. Tunic is a brilliant, cryptic masterpiece that respects your intelligence by saying absolutely nothing. The core of the experience isn't just the combat, it's the manual. As you explore, you collect pages of a physical-style game manual written in a language you cannot read. You have to decipher the mechanics, the map, and the very laws of the world through context clues and retro-inspired illustrations. It turns the player into a digital archaeologist. Underneath the tilt-shift beauty lies a punishing, Souls-like challenge and a web of secrets that go deeper than most high-budget thrillers. It captures that forgotten childhood feeling of staring at a game box and wondering what's possible, then realizing the answer is far more complex than you imagined. Tunic is a game about the joy of discovery and the thrill of being truly lost in a world that wasn't built for you. It's a quiet, geometric odyssey that proves the greatest weapon isn't a sword. It's your own curiosity. Most games treat death as a failure. Here, it's just your 9 to 5. In Death's Door, you play as a crow, a bureaucratic reaper for an organization that has commodified the afterlife. It's a premise that's as darkly comedic as it is visually stunning. But don't let the clean, minimalist art style relax you. The combat is razor sharp. It's a rhythmic dance of dodge rolls and high-stakes melee that demands the precision of a Souls-like, but with the top-down fluidity of a classic adventure. Every boss encounter feels like a puzzle solved through reflexes and steel. The brilliance of Death's Door lies in its atmosphere. It masterfully balances a somber, lonely world with a quirky cast of characters that breathe life into the graveyard. As you track down souls that have outlived their welcome, the game shifts from a simple job into a haunting exploration of what it means to grow old and let go. It is a tight, polished experience with zero filler. It's a journey through a world where the doors are heavy, the secrets are ancient, and the toll must always be paid. In the end, Death's Door isn't just about the hunt. It's about the beauty found in the inevitable. Finding your next obsession starts right here. Subscribe and join the community so you never miss a breakdown of the games actually worth your time. Vanillaware is known for creating some of the most beautiful hand-drawn worlds in gaming history. But with Unicorn Overlord, they've delivered something even more impressive. A tactical masterpiece that feels both nostalgic and revolutionary. It's a massive, sweeping epic that revives the spirit of the classic strategy RPG for a modern era. The game thrives on its active pause tactical system. You aren't just moving units on a map, you are a grand strategist programming the literal behavior of your troops. Every unit's success depends on the intricate logic you set, deciding exactly when a knight should guard an ally or when a cleric should prioritize a heal. It's a deep, rewarding programming of war that makes every victory feel earned. With over 60 unique characters and a sprawling continent to liberate, the scale is immense. You'll spend hours fine-tuning your formations and exploring a world that looks like a living painting. It's a game that respects your time by offering a streamlined, polished experience that cuts the bloat found in most modern RPGs. Unicorn Overlord is more than just a tribute to the past. It is a refined, tactical powerhouse that proves there is still nothing quite like the thrill of a perfectly executed plan. It's grand-scale strategy at its absolute finest.
For the kingdom of Drakenhold, we shall never fail.
Did you really think we'd let these atrocities go unpunished?
And not a soul among us desires.
Before Baldur's Gate 3 took the world by storm, Larian Studios perfected the formula with a game that remains a titan of the genre, Divinity: Original Sin 2. This isn't just an RPG, it's a sprawling laboratory of systemic chaos, where the environment is as much of a weapon as your sword. The brilliance lies in its elemental interactions. Rain can extinguish fires, but it also creates puddles you can electrify to stun an entire room. This think-outside-the-box philosophy permeates every quest and every encounter. There is rarely just one way to solve a problem. There's only your way, often involving creative teleports or a well-placed explosive barrel. Whether you're playing as a pre-made origin character with a deep, personal vendetta, or a custom adventurer, the writing is sharp, cynical, and incredibly reactive. The world actually cares who you are and what you've done, leading to consequences that can ripple through dozens of hours of gameplay. It offers a level of freedom that feels almost illegal in a scripted game. Divinity Original Sin 2 is a masterclass in tactical depth and narrative ambition. A definitive experience that proves that in the right hands, a tabletop-inspired world can feel truly limitless. Most RPGs ask you to save the world. Disco Elysium asks you to save your own shattered mind. You wake up in a trashed hostel room with no memory, a missing shoe, and a voice in your head telling you that you're a superstar. This isn't just a detective story. It's a brutal, poetic, and often hilarious autopsy of a human soul. The revolutionary core of the game is its skill system. Your attributes, like logic, electrochemistry, or inland empire, aren't just stats. They are distinct personalities that talk to you. They argue, they lie, and they offer insights that can solve a murder or cause a total mental breakdown. There is no traditional combat here. Every battle is fought in the dialogue box, and the stakes feel higher than any boss fight. Set in the decaying district of Martinez, the atmosphere is thick with political tension and philosophical depth. The final cut brings this to life with full voice acting that adds a haunting layer to its already unparalleled writing. It is a game that dares to be intellectual, bizarre, and deeply emotional all at once. Disco Elysium is a masterpiece of surrealism and narrative consequence. It's a gritty, beautiful reminder that the most complex labyrinth you'll ever navigate isn't a dungeon. It's the thoughts inside your own head.
You prove them wrong or lose your mind.
Hades achieved the impossible by taking the punishing rogue-like genre and infusing it with a narrative heart that beats faster with every failed run. You play as Zagreus, the Prince of the Dead, and your only goal is to fight your way out of your father's house, no matter how many times you die trying. The brilliance of Hades lies in its perfect loop. The combat is lightning fast and incredibly responsive, but the real magic happens when you die. Returning to the House of Hades isn't a setback. It's an opportunity to eavesdrop on the gods, build relationships, and slowly unravel a story that is as much about family trauma as it is about escaping hell. The boon system keeps every run fresh, allowing you to stack elemental powers from your Olympian relatives to create broken, god-tier builds. Whether you're reflecting projectiles with Athena or causing chain lightning with Zeus, the synergy is endlessly satisfying. It's a masterclass in art direction, voice acting, and just one more run gameplay. Supergiant Games didn't just make a great action game. They redefined how stories can be told through failure. Hades is a vibrant, stylish, and relentlessly fun odyssey that proves that even in the deepest pits of Tartarus, there is always hope and a hell of a lot of style.
Crushed.
Every few decades, a game arrives that doesn't just push the boundaries, it erases them. Baldur's Gate 3 is that rare achievement. It is a monumental fusion of cinematic storytelling and the chaotic, unscripted freedom of a live Dungeons & Dragons session. Here, your imagination is the only limit to how the world reacts to you. The scale of choice is staggering. Every decision, from a subtle dialogue choice to a massive tactical maneuver in combat, ripples through a narrative that feels alive. Whether you are manipulating the political landscape of the Sword Coast or navigating the complex, intimate bonds with your companions, the game treats your agency with absolute respect. It never forces a path. It simply asks, what do you want to do next? The production value is in a class of its own. With thousands of lines of fully motion-captured dialogue and a world dripping with detail, the immersion is total. It manages to be both a hardcore tactical experience and a deeply personal character drama, all while maintaining a level of polish that has set a new industry benchmark. Baldur's Gate 3 is more than a masterpiece. It's a reminder of why we play games in the first place. It is an expansive, breathtaking, and profoundly human epic that proves that when you give players the world, they will create stories that live forever. This is the new gold standard.
As a solo adventurer or with a party of friends, become a force for good or sow chaos in your wake.
Ranking these titles is only half the story. The rest happens in the comments. Which of these redefine the genre for you? Or did I miss the one game that belongs at the top? I'm jumping into the discussion, so let me know your thoughts. If you value honest, deep dive gaming content, subscribe and hit the like button to support the channel. Thanks for being part of the journey. I'll see you in the next one.